Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hi, everybody. Sim 01. Sim. That's just reminds my sister. Good evening. Happy Thursday. You're killing me. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hello, Miss Daniela. How are you? Thank you. Hello, Miss Fumi. How are you doing? Happy Thursday. New Tuesday. Hi, everyone. Come on in. Say hello. Come on in. Say hello. Thank you. How are you, Miss Ellie? Ora media. I'm just happy it's Thursday. And I get to work from home tomorrow. So yay. Hello, Miss 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. How are you? Good evening. Happy week, everyone. I hope you've had a wonderful, productive, blessed, amazing, fruitful, favored week so far. Good to know, Miss Fumi. How are the kids? Hopefully soon and very soon. Just hold on. I know it looks like it's forever, but just hold on. The visa bulletin is not being friendly to us, but next one can come around and it may go like that. I'm hoping along Badura that it just goes to C, which is current. Or she knows what I'm talking about, but we'll see. Hi everyone. Hello, Miss Adina. How are you? I'm telling you, I have between April and December of last year. I think I've got about 27 because 27 in Chini. We haven't moved since, still stuck in 27 approvals. Can't do nothing about it. It's like, okay, now you got an approval, you can't even apply for a green card, and you've got to maintain status. That's the frustrating part of employment-based cases, but you know, it is what it is. Hello, Miss Illinois Sanctuary. How are you? Hi, everybody. This is Attorney Abisola Adebola-Olale. Someone was asking me, like, why do you always emphasize on my Adebola? Because that's the name my dad gave me. I was the daddy's girl. And if you follow me, you know my dad passed away. It's going to be 9 years, October 27. That's the name he gave me. When in addition to, again, Enrique. Yeah. But so that's why it means a lot. So you can't skip my middle initial. I'm like, well, anyway, I'm an attorney. I'm an immigration attorney based in Alabama, representing immigration clients in all 50 states. So, if you are by any chance looking for an attorney, do not feel that you're limited in your to attorneys in your state. I'm glad you're. You can actually retain the services of an immigration attorney regardless of the state you live in, because immigration is federal practice, so that works for you. Happy Mother's Day in advance. Thank you. Yeah, so we will not see each other until after Mother's Day, after tonight. So all you wonderful mothers and mothers to be, if you're currently pregnant, it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's a wonderful journey. Happy Mother's Day. I've got two amazing humans that keep me on my toes. And when I say keep me on my toes, I mean the little one. I mean the 13-and-a-half-year-old one. That's your honor. If you don't know TJ by now, then you must be new here. And talking of TJ, let me brag on my young man a little bit. You might be a young man. Let's brag on him. So my sweet T just finished middle school this week. So he finally finished. Can't trade the feeling for pizza. We graduated from middle school. So high school, here we come, God willing, in August. But the best part of this is, so in his school, right? I'm not sure if that happens in all schools. But if you are, everybody gets to take the first semester exams, But if you maintain at least a 95 and above throughout the whole school year, and in all classes or whatever the class is, you get exempt from taking the second semester exam for that year. So 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, this kid did not take any exams the whole second semester, each of those grades in middle school, because he was exempt from all 3 years, because he maintained a 95, at the very least a 95 in all classes the whole school year. And then Shimon Yeli cut his head off. So he's like, okay, shit. And I think that's part of the fear of his mother. I remember one time that he was called to the principal's office. Niger, I'm telling you, if Niger parents, we're doing the best we can in this foreign land, because training, raising a kid is different, but you got to do the best you can. You got to put the fear of God in them. I called him to the office one time, and he started bawling. And the principal was like, "I've not even said anything. What's going on?" He goes, "Because I'm trying to imagine what my mom's gonna say." First of all, I was like, "Okay, well, look with DFS, auntie, she owned But when the principal called, like, that's what I'm like, well, I think my response to her was like, to whom much is given, much is expected. What? We don't do participation. He was all what he made it. He's fine. But anyway, but the thing is, for me, my parenting, because you gotta find a way to. So we do reward system, and I think a lot of parents would agree with that. We do reward system. I do reward system in my home, and I think their dad as well. You're gonna, if you want something, yeah, I'll get it for you, but in return, I need you to keep up your grades. I need you to maintain a level of your grade. If we're not going to do it, you ain't getting it. It's very simple. I don't care what you think. We weren't doing it. So if you want it, you work for it. And my college kid too maintained I think 3.5 or something GPA freshman year in college. So happy Mother's Day to all you mothers just doing it and working full time, and still trying to make sure that these kids are, maintaining the standard that we have set for them, that God is going to give them the grace to be able to achieve and pass on for their own generations to come. So I am super proud of him. And, as that's my child. If it may not look like me, it may look like his father, but that mouth, that's like he goes, so there you go. Well, there you go. So can I have my prize now? Am I using your grades for anything, auntie, brother? She will need grade for anything. He goes, but it's a deal. Who made the deal with you? He goes, oh, so you're going back there? I can back down from anything. Yeah. But anyway, so really, really proud of him. Just thanking God, because it's not easy being a mom. And for those dads also that are taking the roles of dad and moms, happy Mother's Day to everybody. Our prayer is that nobody would take our place in the lives of our children, that we would not labor over them in vain, that we will reap the fruits of our labor, that we will watch them grow to become beyond what we can even ask or think. God will make them excel. God will keep them. God will guide them. Before our eyes, our children shall excel. Before our eyes, they will succeed beyond what we can ever think or even begin to comprehend. And so shall it be for each and every one of them. A deal is a deal. Please, you last born people, just sit down, please. Illinois Sanctuary, go have several seats. Have like 200 seats, you and all the other last borns. Yes. Anyway, if we our contact information is 334-341-4475. Have very many seats. Website is olalayalawfirm.com. info@olalayalawfirm.com. We'll be glad and happy to represent you. This work it's a labor of love, but it's very rewarding. For instance, I may look tired for real, because I did not go to bed until about 2:32 a.m. to be precise. And that's because I needed a case that needed to go out today. Like come rain, thunder, storm, hail, anything, it was going out today. And so I had to be up to reviewing, and I just have to review everything before it leaves my firm. So for me, my OCD kicks in. So that's, it's a labor of love, this immigration work, just being able to be a little part of people's lives and see how, you go from almost no, literally see people go from almost giving up to God, just like that. God of the suddenly changing things, changing lives. It is truly a blessing to be part of that. So if we can help you in any way, please call our office at 334-341-4475. My mama is on. And shout out to my nephew. My nephew is going to be 14 tomorrow. Tofe, happy birthday in advance, Tofe. And you can also text us at that number, 334-341-4475. Like, follow, share, subscribe. All of that will be much appreciated. Let's talk immigration. So tonight, let's talk real quick. Let's make the topic short so we can get as many questions as possible. This is something that has been recurring for the last 1 month, I want to say. So the topic tonight is Vawa. We ordered your new card. Green card? Question mark. Vawa, we ordered your new card. Green card. African mothers, no, we don't play. My mother is here. Yeah, Banky, let me put it on blast. Just in case I don't even know what position I came. I went to Corona school, in primary school. And I've always maintained, I think throughout primary school, because I skipped primary 6. And so I'd always maintained, how in primary school they give you positions, whatever it is. I've always maintained the top 5, right? Yeah, Banky, I need help you. But I can't remember what class it was. And I think I didn't make the top 5. That either the term or this, I can't remember. But y'all, let me put my mother on blast. I heard it. Make top 5. Like what? Dude, I thought that because I didn't make top 5. Like, how dare you, Abisolama, make top 5? Yeah, but I guarantee you, y'all. And the thing is, how African mothers are. My mom was the one who came to pick me in school that day with her driver then, because I think I can remember. And this woman bought me meat pie, bought me like canned Fanta or something. Like, really made me feel really, really good. Like, no worry, everything's fine. She goes, what? What class was the year, Charity? Bought me meat pie and everything. Because I didn't come top 5. It was like Kini. But only let's yeah. I heard it though. Killing was up. She. I want to work with last. Okay. But let me tell you something. Until I left Corona school, I didn't come. I didn't. Less than the top 5 of your class. Hey, they called my name. They used to make fun of me with this guy because we're always sit at the first or second first. I know I didn't come less than that anymore. I know. So, but here, good. I couldn't just meet by the fact. I know. The funny thing is, I'm not even kidding. Every single time I see meat pie, and Lick Finger always sends me meat pie. Like I buy every time I see meat pie. You know how some things in your childhood or your past always trigger something. I always think of that incident. Like, when you say meat pie, it's not always a good thing. It's a good thing, but like you don't know what's coming after that meat pie. You can't trust meat pie. But anyway, Val, we ordered your new card. Yeah. Is that a green card? So a lot of people have VAR cases pending. A lot of people have VAR cases that you're going to be filing. If you've never heard of VAR before, VAR is basically a green card process that you start on your own. It is a marriage-based green card process, just like your spouse is filing for you for your green card application and all that. The difference is, rather than need to help you with your spouse, you call 911 to report. Yeah, you see? What am I going to do? That's my mother. When you look me 911 to report, but we thank God. See how I turned out? right? Yep, Anki. See how it turned out. Law school, you're my law. Top 5K. Here we are. So it worked. Um, so the main difference is rather than have your spouse file for you, you file your VAWA petition on your own. So you are both the petitioner and the beneficiary. VAWA case is different from a regular marriage case in the sense of, even though you're proving the same thing, it takes much longer than in a regular marriage case. In a regular marriage case, you can have your green card in 4 months, if you're lucky, 12 months, whatever the case may be. But in the VAWA case, the VAWA itself can take upwards of 3 years for the petition, standalone petition, even though you're filing everything at the same time. A lot of people now get, when your VAWA case is approved, meaning the I-360 is approved, you would get a status update, and you would probably see something that says, we ordered your new card. We've gotten quite a number of people calling that. I've had consultation with people like, okay, this is like you mean. So show you what to approve green card. No, it's not, because it gets confusing, yes. But here's why you would see, we ordered your new card under your I-360 VAWA petition case number. Whenever you submit a VAWA petition, the I-360, there's a part on that form, specifically on page 14, that it would ask you that upon approval of your VAWA petition, would you want us to issue you an employment authorization card? If you check yes in that section, most of the time, so if you check yes, then USCIS, when your VAWA case is approved, meaning the VAWA petition I-360 is approved, USCIS will automatically issue you a work authorization, an EAD card. It will be a C31 EAD card, even though it's going to show up under your VAWA case number, receipt number. It will show up under your I-360 receipt number, but it would say, we ordered your new card. So I can understand that it gets confusing when you're seeing, we ordered your new card under the VAWA petition. It's, and the only thing that makes sense is like, okay, maybe that's my green card. It's not the green card. It is a C31 work authorization, because you have indicated when you submitted your VAWA petition that you wanted them to issue you an employment authorization card. And so that basically is what shows up under your I-360 receipt number when you get your case alert that we ordered your new card. 85% of the time, you would actually see that before you actually see your case status change to, we approved your I-360 petition. So usually your first indication that your VAWA case has been approved is when your I-360 receipt number comes up with a case status saying we ordered your new card, because that new card being referenced is a work authorization card that you had indicated when you submitted your case that when you approve my case, you guys can go ahead and issue me a C31 EAD, which is going to be good for 2 years, that allows you to work, especially for those who may not have been able to file an I-485 application with it, meaning that you didn't file a green card application. So you're waiting to get a work authorization. That is one way you can get a work authorization issued to you immediately to start working. So that order your new card is not your green card that is being issued, because the green card does not get to be adjudicated, meaning your green card application, the I-485, doesn't get to be adjudicated until, in a VAWA case, until your VAWA case has been approved. Unlike a regular marriage case where you can have an I-130 and I-485, simultaneously approved, VAWA cases are different. The I-360 must be approved first of all before USCIS now moves on to now adjudicate your I-485, because if that is not approved, then you can't have a green card application. So we ordered your new card status under your VAWA receipt number is not a green card. It is basically a C31 EAD that comes with your VAWA petition when it's approved. Most of the time, that will be your first indication that your case has been approved. So you expect to receive that card. Sometimes people would file a separate C31 work permit application. That's fine. You may end up getting, and I think Ms. in the sanctuary, how many did you get? Was it 2? I don't even remember. I can't remember. Miss Pam. I remember Miss Pam got 3. It was just like, you get a card, you get a card, you get a card kind of thing. Okay, so that's basically what we ordered your new car means when you see that status show up in your under your I-360 receipt number, that's basically what it's saying. So if you need additional information about that or additional explanation about your specific case, we'll be happy to sit down with you and have a consultation. Go on our website to schedule one, olalayalawfirm.com. And if you're just joining us for the first time here, welcome. We come together as a family is what it is on this platform every Tuesday, every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's Alabama Central Standard Time. So that will be 9:30 p.m. in Eastern Time Zone. And in Tabak will figure out everything else. So you got to, okay, yeah. So it was like, you gotta get, you get a car. But anyway, so that's it. Hope that clears up that for a lot of people because it can be confusing. Like, like what you can't Vawa like we can so short from Greek and those people just like to just mess with you, but that's what that means in a nutshell. All righty, and that's all she wrote. Let's get to questions. Let's see, hold on one second. 334-341-4475. 334-341-4475. Thank you, Miss Mackie. Yes, please don't repeat questions because I will skip over that. It's a lot easier when everyone has just one question. Just be patient. So let me start on disclaimer. Just general information, nothing specific to anybody's case. If you need anything specific to your case, we'll be glad to set up a consultation with you. Hello, Miss Onome, how are you? Yes, I did actually today, but I've not had the time to look through that. But I know that I saw your name, so give me till the weekend. I'll send that over to you. Hello, Miss Savannah, how are you? Thank you everyone for joining. Please share, subscribe to YouTube channel. That we're trying to grow our audience in that and subscribers. Please subscribe. We would appreciate that very, very much. Okay. Let's see. Let me take this out. All right, let me go back here. All right. End of EAD of Vawa for how many years? So the C31 is issued for 2 years. You're welcome. C31 is issued for 2 years, and I've not actually opened it. I just saw your nails, like, okay, so I don't even know what day it is. But yeah, it was a crazy day today. I'm just glad tomorrow's Friday. C31 when it's issued is for 2 years. C9, which is based on the I-45, is now being issued for 5 years. And that's one thing. So I still see that quite a number of people, and I really have, for whatever reason, I don't know. And because I have someone who actually sent me my video from 2 years ago about a C31 and C9. And the person was like, this is what I forwarded to my attorney because they filed a C31 for me and I've been waiting for 2 years without a work permit. And I'm like, am I office lawyer you? But my point is, it helps people, right? So just so you know, if you are looking to get an opportunity to work while the I-360 is pending, then that means you must be eligible to file your I-45 application with it, because that way you can file a C9 work permit. The C31, if you select, which I think a lot of people make the error of doing, if you select a C31 work permit with your I-45, and you're wondering that, okay, your Vawa case is impending and you filed that C31 for like the last 4 or 5 years, the last 2 years, you haven't received work permit, everybody's working, you're wondering what's going on. Please go back and check your receipt notice. If it says C31, that's probably why you're still waiting, because a C31 EAD is not issued until the I-360 Vawa petition itself has been approved. When USCIS approves that, then they approve or automatically issue your C31 if you selected that portion in your I-360, or you can independently now file a C31 EAD based on that approval. However, if you're wanting to work while the whole 3 years is going by, you must file your I-45 so that you can file a C9 EAD. Okay. I received advanced parole through VAW. Do you think it's okay if I stay outside the U.S. for a month to visit family? Is there a recommended time to stay outside the U.S. when traveling on AP? I only recommend time for my clients. I don't ever, and I've said it several times, I'm not going to tell you you can travel or you cannot. Generally, if there is nothing else outside of having overstayed on your whatever your last visa was, if that's the only issue you had, generally it's not there isn't any concern. Now, the fact that you've got advanced parole does not guarantee your entry. Even the USCIS advanced parole, either you have your when you have your approval notice or the travel document, if you have the paper form, it says that it does not guarantee entry, but hardly will they deny you entry outside of you having overstayed. If you have something else that's going on, then that's on you. How long you should stay, that's between you and your lawyer. If you don't have a lawyer, then you've got to figure out that yourself, because I don't know anything about your case. Tired of not knowing what to do. After I did not choose to be born in Mexico, tired of not knowing what to do. I'm not. Are you asking a question? You're making a statement. I just want to be clear, because I'm hoping that you're okay. Think it sounds like you're just expressing yourself. If that's the case, just hang in there. Just hang in there. Nobody chose where they were going to be born, so and that's why for me are my kids, and for all of us, those of us who have kids who were born in the U.S. It's not like a daily reminder, but I make them appreciate that their dad and I had to struggle and go through and end up in rural Mississippi just to get visas so that they can have a better life and be given really literally in the platter of gold birthright citizenship that it took us 10 years, their dad much longer than that to achieve. So I understand. I hope you're okay. It takes a toll, but just hang in there. It will get better. Because the one thing I know for sure, if I know nothing else, God has not brought us to a foreign land for us to fail. It's impossible for him to lead us this far for us to fail. So just hang in there. Okay, let's go on TikTok. And on all platforms, if you just put in at Olaleye Immigration, you would find the salt and pepper hair girl. Let's see. Give thanks to the Most High. I love that username. Hello. Good night. How are you? Mr. Mirror, thank you. The Lord is your strength. Thank you. I'm from Ghana. Hi. In the USA connecting. Oh, I like your attitude and positive. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Is this your first time joining? Welcome if that's your first time. What does it mean when NBC sends marriage case to field office? That's basically saying that they're going to schedule, most likely going to schedule you for an interview. Disclaimer, general information, nothing specific to anyone's case. Hello, Miss Mackie. Any news on your end? Still waiting? Is it okay to wait 2 years before you file after you've been married to a U.S. citizen to avoid the conditional green card? You can. If you wait 2 years and you don't get into trouble with ICE or anything, and once your case is approved, as long as your marriage is more than 2 years at that point, then you don't have to deal with a 2-year green card. You're going to get a 10-year green card at that point. I have someone I want to bring to the United States. Okay. So what's your question? Beautiful and sweet around us is diversity. Thank you. So what's the question you have on that? EAD is approved. I-130 is approved. I-485 still pending. Why? That's not a question I can answer. I have no clue about your case. Let's see. Please not repeat questions. If you repeat, I'm going to skip it. Thank you, Ms. Delia. How are you? Okay. What's the difference or present time for anything present time? Please go on uscis.gov/processing time. So it will give you the same information that you're asking me is on that website there. Okay. After how long can I apply for EAD for my husband once I receive my H-1B? If your husband is going to be on an H-4 visa, he's not going to be able to work. There's no EAD for H-4 unless there's specific situations where you can file EAD for H-4. But I think it has to do with if you, the H-1B holder, don't quote me on this, but I think if you, talking of H-1B, I just got retained by another university. Thank you for Zimbabwe. This was my pen. Thank you for bringing that. To God be the glory. I was supposed to send them the retainer package. See, that's how God sends people to you. In this room, let me write it down. Because I'm on double name, don't play with my money. But I think it only applies if you, as an H-1B holder, has an I-140 that has been approved, but your priority date is not current and you're not having to extend your H-1B status more than 6 years, then your H-4 derivative beneficiary can now apply for work permit. But on H-4, generally cannot work. Hello, Ghanaian wife. How are you? Hello. How are you? Well, yeah, they talked about the weather when I was leaving work, but until I left work, there was nothing really. They were telling, I was hearing about storms, and but I think in Birmingham area though they had tornado watch or something. But thank God, I hope everybody's safe. But I didn't. There wasn't not even rain at all. My 13-year-old daughter's CPR was terminated today. Sorry to hear that. But my VAWA denial appeal decision is still pending. So what's the question? Shouldn't have to. Is it possible to have an I-751 solo without a divorce? Without a divorce, then you must have either abuse basis or extreme hardship. So sit down with a lawyer to see what you will qualify for. But so the self-petition is divorce, abuse, extreme hardship, or if the petition spouse is dead. I'm just saying, still waiting. Okay. You will be back soon, Miss Mackie. Like borrow along, you will be back soon. How is my little guy doing? How is he holding on? You will be back soon. I had my VAWA green card June 2023. Officer said wait a week for approval and still nothing today. You mean you had the interview last June? Is that what you mean? W, is that what you mean? Because you just said I have my VAWA green card June. What's the okay? Let's see. Can you have a green card through TPS, although you entered through the southern border? You can't. TPS doesn't lead you to a green card, but if you have TPS and then you apply for an advanced parole, you go out, you travel outside the country and come back in using that advanced parole. Now you have a legal entry, and then based on that legal entry, if you're married to a citizen, then you're able to adjust your status from there. Where are you? My office is located in Alabama, Demopolis, Alabama, where we can represent immigration clients in all states. Future cases in DC, anywhere, any like Puerto Rico, Nevada, California, Kentucky, name it, Texas, New York, New Jersey, all states are little cool. Hawaii, as long as it's part of the United States, yeah. Okay. What can I do to my daughter's situation since my sit down with a lawyer to figure out that I can't tell you what to do on now that there's some questions are like yes, no, straightforward, but question like that's not a yes or no. This is what you need to do. Number one, number two, this is just general information. So that's a detailed consultation that you need, whether it's with my firm or any other lawyer. Just make sure you have a tailored evaluation for your case and your daughter's case. I want to have a consultation with you, please. If you go on our website, it's the fastest way you can schedule a consultation. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕, or after the future leader will be able to see messages. You can send a message, but she'll get to it after this. But that's going to be your fastest way to schedule one. I mean, you're a citizen. My husband is Jamaican. How do I get in here? File an I-130 petition on his behalf. When that's approved, they send the case file to the National Visa Center, and then he gets his application in. Give yourself 18 months or about 2 years, start to finish. But if he visits the U.S. regularly and decides to stay back, not with the intention of coming in to stay, but if he comes in and decides to stay back, that's probably going to be faster. That's how you can get your husband here. I have my green card through Vawa. When can I do citizenship? It would depend on the status of your abusive spouse. If the abusive spouse was a citizen, then you can file for citizenship after 3 years of having your green card. So you've been a legal permanent resident for at least 3 years, 90 days before the third year anniversary. If the abusive spouse is or was a green card holder, then it's going to be 5 years. Okay, had the interview since June. Like, I can't tell you what's going on. There are a lot of cases like that as well. I filed for I-751 to remove conditions, and it's been a month. My green card expired May 4th. Unified, it's been a month. 751 can take you up to 3 years before they adjudicate your case. So if you filed it just a month ago, then they'll send you an extension notice that would extend your green card for 4 years beyond the expiration. So your extension notice is going to be like your green card. So that coupled with the expired green card, why do I think I know who this person is? I think I know who this person is, unless it's just a coincidence. But if that's you, I actually just saw it in our account today that they cashed the filing fee amount. So within 2-3 weeks, you should get the receipt notice. If that's not you, but then that's how it works. Your green card, your extension notice is going to be it's going to extend your green card for 4 years. So if you're going to travel outside the country, you travel with your expired green card and the original of the extension notice. Let's see. Okay. He's doing well. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Just hang in there. There is no record of failure with God. He doesn't start something that he cannot finish. Yeah. So. Can I travel outside the country in asylum pending? You would need to apply for an advance parole, and you've got to have a very specific reason why you're applying for advance parole. My VA is still pending. Can my 21-year-old son, who is a U.S. citizen, file a green card for me? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. If you came in legally, because with a VA case, sometimes, a single entry of without inspection is forgiven. As long as you came in legally, even though you involve a state, as long as you came in legally, your son is 21 years. Yeah, sure. That probably is going to be, if you just filed a VA case, it's probably going to be faster than waiting on the VA case. Okay. Good evening from Los Angeles. Went to DMV to renew my driver's license. My ED is about to expire. DMV is told that they cannot renew until I have my card. So what's your question? He scanned my, let's see. He scanned, he scanned my old ID and showed me the screen. It says legal resident by save check. What meaning? I don't know. I can't tell you what they told you. I can't tell you the meaning of what you were told at the DMV. I'm about to request for the renewal of my work permit in advance, bro. Is the renewal going to be 2 years or 5 years? Now they're giving it for 5 years. Is it proper to divorce your spouse while your VAWA case is still pending? There's nothing that says you got to stay married. But I always say there's no hurry in getting divorced. Just leave it alone. But there's nothing that says you have to stay married, as you say. So the divorce does not negatively affect your VAWA case. Okay, let's go on Instagram. Okay. 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. I'm supposed to know who this person is. Help me out. Help me out. I think I've seen that username before. Okay. Let's see. Must have been painful losing him from the way you just spoke. My dad and I were really close. I could do no wrong with my dad. My mom was singing when that would piss my mom off. Yeah, we're really close. Yes, it's but life happens. Life happens. You're an amazing mom. I try. Thank you. You too, Miss Sanctuary, because I already know that. Thank you. My kids already told me that if they can survive in my kids, you can survive anything. Don't know if that's a compliment or shade, but I took it as a compliment. I was like, okay, it is what it is. I guess, hey, in African mom, you need to be very cautious. Yeah, you can survive it. You can survive anything. That's going to help your life. That's the way I see it. Dealing with the sanctuary. Have several. I hope you're having several seats. This lastborn lastborn kids just feel like they're just entitled humans, just really entitled. My sister is the same way, just entitled, like the last kid, like so. Yeah. Mr. Ben, I didn't know you were the lastborn too. You have several seats too, like 200 seats. Yes, on your lastborn kids. Sit down. Sit. Does Vawa affect the abuser's record? No. Yeah, that's my kid shouting. Let's see. You couldn't trust. I can't trust meat pie anymore, Fanta. That combination definitely cannot. I can't say that it will be very triggering for me. But I thank God. In all seriousness, I thank God for my mother. My mother was my dad wasn't going to discipline me, so somebody had to do it. Because my dad didn't want me to be angry, so somebody had to do it. Like I know, and collect because my dad wasn't going to do it, but we thank God because my mom stands proud today, knowing I'm sure she looks because when you and that that's the joy of a mother to be able to get to the point in life. My mom turned 71 last month, and for all four of us, to the glory of God, we're doing amazingly well. My older brother is in charge of nursing, and I can't really. His title is title 𝒂𝒔𝒔𝒊𝒈𝒓𝒂𝒏𝒕. And I'm the second child of my mother. My younger brother is a surgeon, and then our baby, the last born. She just finished her doctorate of nursing. Yeah, but was it this year or last year sometime? So and definitely there's no how we're going to stand anywhere, any of the four of us. And thank God for our dad, but my mom's sacrifice. I can think back of things that, I remember when I went for my visitor visa interview back in 2002. When I came home, I was going to prank my mom. This mom was fasting and praying that day. She did not eat anything. As soon as I came, I remember we're living in 1004 housing estate, those high rises. So you come in the staircase, she was sitting right on the stairs. She hadn't eaten anything, just waiting to hear, the sacrifice of a mother. There's nothing that compares to it. So I am grateful. Although when I keep now, I would like to report, and I have a good mind of doing that. Even though it's how many years after, I still plan to do it. We do not look like what we've been through. To God be the glory. We thank God. We thank God. So, because that's why I think some of these American kids, that's what you need. Some of these American kids need to be sent to Nigeria or Africa or somewhere in Africa, somewhere in the Caribbean. They will come back refined. There's no law about threatening your kid. Because I understand my kid, and I was like, if I'm too busy for all this, if I get a call from your school that you did something and it has to disrupt my day or take me from work, it's not going to be pretty. So just let us be on the same page. I'm doing it. I went for an interview with my husband, but I got a response that my case is actively reviewed. That USCIS has 5 months to take this. What do I do? I don't follow you. This is 5 months, 2 months. No, I don't do that. I go by what USCIS is saying, and I wait to get approved. Hopefully not denied. That's what I wait to get. I don't follow all of that. So, but okay, I already answered that question. Do VAW candidates get 5 years EAD? The C31 EAD is not for 5 years. If you're looking to get a 5 year, you must file your I-45 when you file your VAW case, and then you get a 5 years. But if you're going to wait until the VAW case is approved, and then they automatically issue you an EAD, the C31 is going to be for 2 years. Let's see. No, it wasn't a mistake for Miss Sanctuary. It wasn't a mistake. I'll tell you why we got to C31 EADs. Because when you file the what's it called? When you file the I-360 and you indicate there that you want a work permit, right? Then I remember what happened. They're going to automatically issue you that. But then if you now file an I-765 and select a C31 because you thought that's what you're supposed to do with the VAW case, and I should know why I'm smiling about that, then that means that's also pending in addition to that automatic one they're going to issue you. So when the VAW was approved, she was issued that C31 based on the I-360 that came under the I-360 receipt number, and then a C31 that had been filed separately from that. So that's what you got to C31s. Does that make sense? Yeah. What are the documents, key elements to include when filing for a green card, please? That's what you sit down with a lawyer to do. Let's see. Hello, finest Shandy. To me, see you. I'm glad to meet you for a while. Inshallah, Lewa. Applying for citizenship is the 6 months staying out of the U.S. at a time or accumulation of the times you've traveled at 6 months at a time. And that's where it's a single trip. But I always say try not to even be out of the country for more than 6 months during the required statutory period for physical presence and continuous residency. Amen. Amen. Am I a lefty? I'm not, but I'm not a lefty. I write with I think the only thing I cannot do with my left hand is right. But I talk with my hands a lot, and I'm always, I do a lot of things with my left hand except right. But you maybe, if you're looking at me right, I'm not left-handed, but you may be looking at like that on Instagram for whatever reason, because it's showing the opposite on Facebook. I don't know. I don't know tech stuff, but no. My kids applied for Vawa last year, December. I received work and travel, but the kids haven't received anything yet. We have applied everything together. So what's your question? She slept off. I don't blame you. America, your work, you will be tired. Yeah. How can one contact your site Instagram? You can call our office, 334-341-4475, or send an email to us, info@𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓.com. But Lydia, my social media and virtual assistant basically is what she's human already, obviously, but she's the one who does that. So if you need to discuss your case with me, you can go on our website to schedule a paid consultation. So this is free consultation that we do, but if you need to talk about your case outside of social media or the platforms, then that's what you need to do. I filed Vawa in 2021. I got 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓 facie, and the state ID is safe to travel with. Travel where? Where are you traveling with 𝒊𝒎𝒎𝒊𝒈𝒓 and state ID? Where to where? Thank you, Fanny Shandy. Let's see. Is it safe to travel to Puerto Rico? I can't tell you whether it's safe or not. It's just, but Puerto Rico is part of the United States. However, sometimes, depending on the airline and the route you're going through, they may go outside, close to the border or outside the border, whatever the case may be, because it's not part of the 48 states. And I say that to say this: you don't want to get yourself in a situation where you're leaving the United States and you're having to deal with CBP issues. So if you don't have an advanced parole and you're going to a place like Puerto Rico, then it's probably going to be best for you to have that first, just to be on the safe side. Manner reset. We can spank kids here. They'll call DFS on you. You have to remember, I'm actually, apart from immigration, I do family. So I'm actually I'm everywhere. I'm actually a deputy attorney general in state of Alabama for Department of Human Resources, and basically, when there's a report of child abuse or some kind of child neglect in the house, and the child is removed from the house for Greene County, I'm the attorney representing that county that will go to court and make a case why that child should stay outside of the house, or what would need the parents to do, or we'll make sure that. So I'm Ebony, so I can't possibly smack my own child because. So you get creative. If my spouse is a Canadian in Canada, must I necessarily file I-485 if my spouse is a Canadian in Canada? Huh? Must I necessarily file an I-485 if my spouse is a Canadian in Canada? What are you asking? Hello, Miss Timmy. How are you? I'm not understanding your question. Okay. You were reach to afford Corona back then. It's not a matter of reach. No, it's not. Well, I accept it. Thank you. But it's not a matter of reach. It's a matter of having parents, especially my mom, that that woman was whatever business of course legal stuff, to make sure that we had the kind of life that she wanted us to have. Without, it wasn't keeping up with Joneses, no. And I think that's why, for me, I am one that I'm not. There's nothing you have that is to my no. There's nothing you have that is a big deal to me. whether then, when I was still at home mom, there's nothing anyone has that is going to like, I want to be like, no, because I was brought up in the way where whatever it is I had, I was content. You may not be where you want to be, but being content where you are at the moment teaches you a lot about life. And that's what I'm trying to pass on to my kids. So it wasn't a case of, reach. No, thank God for that. But was a case of having, a parent and mom who just wanted us to have the best. And she did. So when people see her now, like she's being taken care of, she has paid her dues, and we thank God that we're able to now take care of our mother, which is what we pray that all our kids are able to do for us. So that's that. Can a 21-year-old son with green card file for his father, or must wait till citizen before filing for his dad? So a green card holder child cannot file for parents. Okay. Is there an interview for valid green card or a waiver? It would depend. It would depend on if there's anything in your record that makes them feel they have to schedule an interview. Sometimes some field offices are just by routine, they will schedule an interview. Montgomery, Alabama is one of those. But then majority of the cases, there's something, especially if you've had a previous case that you filed before, that maybe there was something, maybe your spouse had made an allegation, something where it may border on inadmissibility issues that may bring you in. But half of the time, they probably waive your interview as well. God bless Apollo. Thank you. And God bless my dad, because, I mean, let's just leave that alone, because a lot of people who went to school with me would think, everybody was daddy's girl. When you're in boarding school back home, you were supposed to have like one visiting day a month or something, like first Saturday. I think back in WGC, our career, like first Saturday of the month or something. My dad didn't follow that rule. I saw my dad practically every weekend. Now, in my defense, my dad had a house in our career. I went to our career. My dad had a house in our career. My grandmother was living in our career. So there was a reason for him to come to our career every single weekend. And there's no how he's going to come to our career and not see me. So my dad was like, he made friends with the matron, so that anytime it was coming when it was not visiting day, which was almost every weekend, it was like, oh, I want to learn the matron. And then, hey, I had practically a lot of food stuff in the matron's place. So there you go. But anyway, I think we got to almost all the questions. Okay, I already answered that one. What if me and my wife did a private wedding? Is that a red flag? What do you mean red flag? Why? There's nothing that says you have to have visitors at your wedding, but you must have good faith evidence, bank account. And talking to bank account, it's not just enough for you to say you have someone's name on your bank account. No, it doesn't work. That's not going to work. If anything, you're going to open up a can of worms. Like, okay, name on the account. Are you using the account together? Do you both have, if it's a checking account, do you have a debit account? If you have a credit card account, do you both have your own individual cards? And on your statement, can they see that each person is making transactions that is going to benefit the household or individually when you go out with friends? But one person being the only one making transactions on an account, and the other person is just dormant, it's just a name, that's a red flag. That's the red flag. So having a private wedding is not a red flag. You can choose not to have guests at a wedding. It's nothing that says you must have guests at your wedding. How do I sue the government for 8 years? No single response for my asylum case. That's filing the mandamus. Contact an attorney in your state, because even though immigration is federal practice, when you're doing a lawsuit when it comes to mandamus, you've got to have someone who is admitted at that U.S. district court in that region. So that's how you sue the government. But talk to your lawyer. Let's see. Greetings from New York. If an American has a baby in Nigeria, is the baby American? It would depend. It would depend on if you have satisfied the requirements for the child to acquire citizenship. So you do the report of birth abroad, and then there are requirements. For instance, if the mother is, then the mother for a mother who has a child outside the United States, that's and even if the mother is not married, that's a faster way to be able to prove that the child is a citizen compared to a father. Father still has to show, residency in the United States, and if you're not married, sometimes they may require you to do a DNA test, but it's not. It's citizenship by birth, but you have to satisfy specific requirements. Let's see. Thank you, Miss Mikey. Good day. I sent you WhatsApp message. Can you reply? My assistant will reply to you. That she's the one who handles that. I don't do that myself. So whatever, Lydia will respond to you either tonight or tomorrow. Let's see how long after. Okay. Can I get SSN with approved TPS? You file your work permit alongside with that, and then once you have your work authorization application approved, then they would automatically, if you choose for them to automatically send your social security card, then they will. Yes, actually, that's what I do online, Zoom consultations. I hardly do in person since COVID. I really haven't gone back to in person. Even for those who are in Alabama, Mississippi, no. There's some who want to, and they have to schedule specific dates. But I have a city, so for me, it's like, okay, let's just do Zoom. So it's a lot easier on our website if you go there. Okay. Well, writing to immigration office in Arlington to ask about the interview hurt my asylum case, it will not. But just make sure that you're ready to, if you write them and they turn around and send you an interview notice, just make sure you've got your evidence ready for your interview. Okay, all right, I think I answered that one. How long does it take to receive the extension of I-751 after filing? It can take anywhere from 3 weeks to about, I usually give it a good 6 weeks. Keeping in mind that USCIS may take much, it just depends. There's no reason to be worried when it's still less than 6 weeks. That's what I would say. And for me, because I usually, my clients would send us money orders and then we write business checks to USCIS, and it gives me peace of mind because once I see that the check has been cashed in my account, I already know that notice is coming because you've already taken it. No, there's not going to be any excuse because now I know you've already cashed everything, went through. We're just waiting on the receipt notices, so it's a lot easier that way. So if you have someone representing you, just ask them. They may be able to tell you when the filing fee had been cashed from their account. If it was a personal check, something that would help you to be able to gauge when, because the fact that you sent it doesn't mean they've already processed it. They may still be in the queue, and they may not get to your case until 2 weeks after you sent it, and then start to process your notice after that. Okay, all righty. So I think, how can someone do the validation of Nigerian customary court decree? Why are you validating Nigerian customary court decree? Customary court. Why do you even? I'm not complicating matters. But anyway, okay, gotta put this on. Like, this is awesome. Can you send this to me? A lyrical gift, Olaleye Law Firm, Alabama's pride, specialized in immigration cases across all 50 states. Success they stride. Flawless services they provide. Never let your hopes subside. Thank you. Thank you. That is really, really nice. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, people. I think we got everyone's questions. That's good. Okay, awesome. Perfect. Okay. Maybe I spoke to can you please advise if someone with a stamped H-1B still needs to apply for an EAD card? No. You don't get an EAD card for H-1B. The H-1B is your work visa. That's what it is, a work visa. You don't get an EAD card with H-1B. Okay, let's see. My sister filed Vawa in March 2021, got a work permit which expired in January. She filed for renewal and she got her receipt notice, which will expire next month. Is it normal? I don't know what you mean by is it normal. I can't really, Ms. Geraldine, I can't talk to something I don't know about. That's just, hold on 1 second. I don't want to. Okay. All right. So happy. Oh my goodness. The end signatures. I received my green card approval. That is just the best way to end tonight's show. That is what we're talking about. This is why we come together. So congratulations, the Yeti signatures. Congratulations. You have been, I mean, I know you almost all the shows you're always on. And so this is what being able to celebrate with you. Now that is your turn. We thank God for that. So everyone is going to wish you yeah, I knew it. I know my people. Everybody says you're welcome. Congratulations to you. We rejoice with you. We pray that rejoicing will never end in your household. God will continue to use this as the beginning of and continuation of many celebrations in your life. So welcome to you as the newest green card holder in town. It's a great feeling. It is great feeling. I remember one of my clients, I sent their, I'm like, USPS, they're going to send their green card to them on last Friday, right? And it was express mail, should have been guaranteed delivery on Saturday. USPS decided that it was just stuck in the distribution center there. And, and I'm thinking, okay, yeah, that's not my fault. I already gave it to USPS, but knowing the kind of person I am, because I called USPS Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, called them this morning, and I came with because I just wanted to know that he had his card in his hands. And I was literally on the phone because I had called them. I had the escalator and I was thinking in my head, I was thinking in my head that why am I so passionate and so involved in this? But it's just knowing that you're waiting on that thing. And I know that his story is complete, yes, but I know that when he has that in his hands, it will be a different feeling. And I was on the phone with someone, and I just got, because I signed up to make sure I had alert, got the alert that it was out for delivery. Y'all, I got off the phone so fast, called, Mr. Oh, it's out for delivery. And he was like, you don't know how much I appreciate you, man. I was like, when he finally had it in his hands, he goes, I have it, y'all. Oh, correct. You want to I'm making part of me. But that is just the joy of knowing that, it's going to be well for all of us. We are all here to win. So the end signatures, we rejoice with you. And everyone that is still waiting, we rejoice with you in advance. We're going to praise God together in advance. And for all you wonderful mothers who are doing it every single day and just, going out there and just striving and still waiting to hear that news that you've got your residency status intact. All those mothers still that have their own residency status or whatever the case may be, but your kids are still pending. And that is still a hole, quote unquote, in your heart. As we celebrate you this weekend, remember that God has put you in the lives of these children, all of us in the lives of these children for a reason. He has given us the privilege for them to call us mothers. And whatever it is that we need to equip to do that which God has given us power to do, because he has given us the privilege to be custodians over these precious souls. And so whatever is that is still missing, that we need to have a complete story, he is going to do it for us. And our stories, our journeys will not be in vain. Our labor of our children should not be in vain. And we would have many more Mother's Days to celebrate in great health, in harmony, and watching our children become all that God has called them to be. Happy Mother's Day, all you wonderful mothers. I'll see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.